Eddie Daniels. The purpose of my study was to determine whether the use of video cameras on buses affects student behavior and discipline. I have served as interim transportation director for the Hattiesburg Public School District for the past year. We currently operate a fleet of over 30 buses, and I have 38 full-time bus drivers. We also triple route our routes. We pick up our middle school first, we drop them off, then we pick up our elementary next, we drop them off, and then we pick up our high school, morning and afternoon. And we have 30 minutes in between routes, and we cover pretty well everything that's in the city limits of Hattiesburg. In 2012, we had a massive tornado that destroyed our transportation department. Out of the 30-something buses I have operating, I didn't have but 5 usable buses, which pretty well had any kind of damage from window damage to roof hatch damage, and pretty well destroyed most of our video camera systems that we had on them buses. And thank goodness for a lot of the other school districts in this area and toward North Mississippi and everything, we had enough buses loaned to us, spare buses. Some of them wasn't the best buses. Most of them did not have video cameras on them, so we were not actually able to view our students with our video camera. Our district right now is in the process of hopefully replacing the majority of the cameras that we have lost. Even though it's a very expensive venture, we're hoping to be able to replace them all. We're still waiting on some insurance stuff that's being back and forth right now that's trying to be worked out on the camera systems. During my review of literature, I learned that the use of school bus cameras has in many states been effective in identifying students who bully others. Cameras also have been helpful to schools that want to identify the most common behavior problem on buses. One of the articles I read, and sometimes this article gets to me, is Nathan Keys. He was an elementary child that was run over in Jones County. He was killed by a motor that was passing a stop school bus with his stop sign out. Something I hope I don't never have to deal with. But since that time, Nathan's parents have lobbied Mississippi lawmakers to pass what is called Nathan's Law, which passing a school bus stop sign now is actually a felony, and levies heavy fines and jail times for those convicted of passing a school bus. Also, a lot of school districts since then have actually started putting exterior cameras out by the stop signs to catch the motors that's violating that law. I collected 2 types of data during the study. Opinion data from bus drivers and discipline data from administrators. I developed a survey using SurveyMonkey.com. At a professional development meeting this summer, the drivers were offered an opportunity to participate in the study by completing the survey. I actually had 34 drivers agree to participate. The drivers completed the survey in our transportation classroom at a time of their choice. Also, I collected discipline data from each school in the district. The data was collected from copies of discipline forms that were submitted to administrators at each school. The forms were sorted by bus number. Each bus number was checked to see if that bus had a camera system on board. Numbers were tallied by schools and were sorted into two groups: write-up form buses with cameras and write-up form without cameras on buses. All of the bus drivers expressed support for the use of video cameras on buses. Most of them reported feeling safer whenever there were cameras on the buses. Most drivers reported that video surveillance had been used to support most of the referrals that they had written during the school year. And that's one thing, since the tornado, the drivers that do not have camera systems now feel like that the principals and administrators sometimes do not look at their referrals real closely because of the fact that we don't have video to support their incidents that they're writing up now. I added an additional section of the survey that asked drivers if they felt supported by both me and the building administrators. I did this because of literature I reviewed reporting that drivers believe that they had no influence in the development of discipline policies or procedures. I was very pleased to see that each driver reported that they believed that as a director, I had supported them whenever it come to student discipline issues. I was disappointed but not surprised to see that they felt like the administrators did not consider their input when making discipline decisions. I was very encouraged to learn that drivers not only supported the use of bus cameras, they also stated that they were open to professional development on discipline and bus management. And we have started some of the discipline and bus management classes online. The school discipline data was diversified. Over 80% of discipline referrals were written for behavior that occurred on buses without video cameras on board, which goes back to conclude what the drivers were talking to me about, that they felt like that their referrals were not being handled if they did not have video cameras on their buses. Last week I was told that I had been selected to be the permanent transportation director. I have already received support from the superintendent and his cabinet in my office to equip every single bus with video camera system. I'm so grateful that I have had the study to support my request. And now that I've had this study and everything, we have talked to the superintendent and everything, and they are in the process of hopefully being able to buy the cameras, and whether or not the insurance is settled up on it or not, we're going to go ahead and purchase these cameras and then wait and see what we get from the insurance company on them, whether it covers it or not. My literature review revealed that the use of video cameras on buses is relatively a new idea. And there's not a whole lot of information out there, but a lot of that information that's out there is published by the dealers or the distributors of the cameras and stuff. And sometimes can make it hard on deciding what camera systems you really want to go with, because there's so many different camera systems out there on the market, and you always want the best quality, and you want to be able to get as many picture views on the bus as you possibly can. And that's one reason that we're trying to go to the 4-system camera system, because it gives us more angles of what students are doing on the bus, and also gives us a shot of the front of the bus as the students are walking in front of it. I have a couple of buses that we have already put the side view cameras to catch the motorists that's violating the stop sign law, and we're hoping to be able to start showing them to the police department with the tag numbers and everything to start getting prosecution of the people that's violating our stop signs, because that is something that's very common in Hattiesburg with motorists and stuff. And I enjoyed the class, and I appreciate this opportunity to speak to you. Thank you.